different. I think I got more money.
Yeah, it's working. Oh, it's.
I'm really glad you guys made a doctor, by the way. I know that it's, for some of you guys, it's probably a new introduction because of her starting to post on Instagram. But Monica and I have just become acquainted through that same social media, so, and that's how we became friends. Although I randomly become friends with lots of witnesses around the world through it. And then when I started my business, I created a little essential oiling page on there. And so some of you guys might even be following it if you're on Instagram. Essential oiling. No, I'm not an Instagram. But it's yeah. And so it gives me an opportunity to kind of spread the word that way. So that a lot of my business is generated online through social media because I'm a stay-at-home mom with 3 kids. So that's how I met Monica, and I know that she posts things on there as well. But I appreciate you guys for coming out here. I know you don't know me from Eve. Instead of from Adam. Yeah. Instead of from Adam. So let me just tell you a little bit about myself. And since you guys are all witnesses, I can tell you about a little bit about that as well. We go to the Milford, Michigan congregation. We moved to Michigan maybe 11 years ago to work at my dad's health food store chain. So he's got a chain of about 13 or 14 stores. It's called the Better Health Store. You can buy online at Get Ready for Anything. And we thought it was a good opportunity. It was something that we enjoy. We tried to eat healthy. And so I would really have been ingrained with that kind of mentality from when I was little. Even before they had the health food store, the story that my family tells us, my grandmother brought home Wonder Bread when it first came out. And my grandfather, who was already into health and nutrition, saw the milk on the counter, threw it on the floor, and stomped on it, and told her, never bring this poison into our home again. And it created a thread that followed through forever. I remember being a little kid, Madeline's age, and going to his home, and he would make a drink called Pep Up. And it was like one of the original protein powders plus whatever else was in there. I don't know. It tasted awful, but we knew better than to not drink it. Grandpa said drink it, so we drank it. But it was something that they always found important. And at the time, they owned a dental supply company. And when they sold that, the first thing they did was go out and buy a health food store, and they just kept adding to it over the last 15 years or so. So that's kind of how I got introduced to essential oils in general, was through the health food store. But frankly, we got them for free. So I wasn't buying any living oils. You guys know, I mean, if you've ever bought essential oils, you could get really cheap ones from a company like Now. Of course, they've got warning labels on them, do not ingest and whatnot. But that's what I was using, and I got them free. So I wasn't going to buy them. But my sister-in-law kept swearing on essential oils, and my mom, she, as far as I was concerned, drank the Kool-Aid, and was, talking about these essential oils. And I would call them, the kids would, have something going on, their temp would be up, and I'd be like, what are you used for? And she would tell me what she uses, and I'd go to the store and get what they had. And I'd be like, they're crazy, this stuff does not work. It smells good, I'll put it in their bathtub, and then they smell good when they're done, but that was about it. And so they saw I wasn't budging. So they went and bought me a kit for our anniversary one. This is now about a year and a half ago they bought us. And this is what you see here, the diffuser. And I thought, well, that's kind of cool. I like the diffuser. And so I had it at home for about the first month. All I did was put oils in the diffuser. I didn't think much of it. I didn't really know what I was doing yet. And I didn't have any information at the time, except for, when something would happen. So I was visiting my mom, and Madeline is allergic to dog cats, and my mom was dog sitting, and she had dogs there. And and this is really the first time I had a chance to see it in action. She showed Madeline how to use lavender oil, and she swabbed it inside her nostrils. And it was better. And this was a first for us because we were used to using other means for her for a long time. And then it was like, light bulb went off. And I went out and I got myself an essential oil reference guide, and from there on out, anytime there was something that came up, I started researching on my own. What could I use instead of always reaching for something chemical related or something with food dyes in it and things that would irritate them? She's extremely chemically sensitive. I heard you guys talking about chemicals earlier. She can't be around any chemical fragrances. In fact, when we were in the bathroom, she says, "Mama, can I use that soap?" Because she knows if she washes with something, it'll give her hives on her hand. Anything with fragrance in it. And this is, this was just what she's had for the first 3 years of her life. She was 3 at the time. And so it was nice to, again, have, something in our home that smelled nice that we could use around her. So that's my background on it and where I'm coming from and what got me started with essential oils. And it's interesting because they saw the difference in Madeline, and that's what got me started in it as a business. Because I didn't have an interest in a business. I already had health food stores I worked for. Although at this point with 3 kids, I did very little work. I just worked from home and stuff. But they saw changes in her, and people started asking. And I carried that bottle of lavender with me everywhere I went. Even to go to another congregation, my husband would have it talk out. If she washed her hands with the soap, I could dab lavender on it. If something were to pop up. I don't know if that's exactly compliant, but I just have lavender with me everywhere I go. You didn't hear it. So I keep it on hand for that reason, and that's kind of how the word started to spread. And the first month that I had a gathering like this, my mom came to visit. She said, "Let's get our girlfriends together, and I want to teach a class on essential oils." And before the month was over, I had 4 people that had enrolled as members. And by the time the next month was over, there was another 3 or 4 people. And that next month, I also got a check. I was like, "Wow, this is kind of cool. Was this for me or you, Mom?" And she said, "No, it's for you." So of course, I spent it on more oils, right? Who wouldn't? So it was fun. Yeah, it's like, and I started looking and I'm like, oh, there's oils for clarity. I could use some of that. I have my brain consistently. So I started bulking up on some of those. I got some ginger red. Anything. 3 kids gives you brain damage. It's just, there's a lot of lost sleep in there. So anything that I could do to help with mental fatigue and to add up the energy. And by the time October rolled around, those members they were asking me, "Okay, you have to teach a class now." I'm like, "Me teach a class?" The only class I saw was the one my mom did, and it was the first class she ever taught. Yeah. I can't do that. So I went on YouTube and I watched a couple videos, and I thought, okay, I guess I probably could. They all say about the same thing, and it's one of the things I'm going to tell you guys. And so I had them over, and I went through all the oils. I'm sure I bored them to death because I was so nervous. I was but we ended up having a lot of fun, and it's just snowballed from there. And now our team has about 250 members on it, which is awesome. I just hit silver in August, and I won the Aroma Complete Kit, which is I think it's 120 oils were in there. Wow. Yeah, it was really exciting. So I feel like I bragged every time I say it, but I'm so excited to share that. Oh yeah. And then at the end of last month, after holding the rank of silver for 3 months, I won a trip to go to the lavender fields at harvest time and help out with that. So I'm looking forward to that next summer. We'll see. I'm sure I'll post pictures on Instagram about it. So it's been a lot of fun, and as I homeschool my kids, I don't get out a lot. So this has been a fun opportunity for me to meet a lot of new friends and have something interesting in my life besides homeschooling with the kids, field service with the kids, and heart dates with the kids. Gives me a life now, which is good. With the kids. With the kids. And they do know it's me. Yeah. She's the easiest one of all of them, so I can handle her anytime. She's a sweetheart. They each have their own personality, and my son, if he were here, he'd be trying to teach the class. And he's just really good. And I told him, he was in the car, he's like, "I really want to come in." I'm like, "Do you think you could go and not be the one standing at the front?" Because every time, if I'm sitting up here, he has to like interject, and I don't mind usually, but today he was in rare form, and I knew I wouldn't have a whole lot of things. Anyways, so now Young Living. Why did I choose Young Living? Aside from the fact that I got the kit free, it wasn't the first company that gave me their starter kit. even though it was my mom that got it for me. Working for the health food store, I've had starter kits from a lot of the other companies out there. And Young Living was just the one that I've seen most success with. So that's the company I ended up reordering from month after month and using their oils. We had the other main competitors like doTERRA. There's a few others that sell Simply Organics is another one that's not direct selling company, and they all gave me like good stashes. Like I had the Physician's Starter Kit, and I had some really nice ones. But it just, even with the ones that were certified organic, I didn't get the same results. And once I started doing my research onto Young Living, or into Young Living, I figured out why. And it's really that seed to seal promise that they have. I think for anybody that ends up getting a starter kit, you'll go home with this booklet, so it'll tell you a lot more about the company. But what Young Living, with their seed to seal promise, it goes from a non-GMO seed that they seed save from their previous crops. And most of them are heritage varieties. So from that quality to the soil that they're putting it in. When they buy farms, they don't just buy an organic farm. To be organic, it only has to have 7 years worth of pesticides. But you guys know a lot of the pesticides that have been sprayed within the last 50-some years don't break down in the soil after 7 years anymore. They not only that, they start building up. They're found in women's breast tissue because of it. So here at Young, when he buys a farm, it has to be at least 50 years without any pesticide spraying. And the reason
How many years?
is 50. And the reason he does that is because prior to that, the compounds in it, even though they were chemical, were still organic compounds, and they would break down in the soil. So that was his logic in it. And it's something that I appreciate, so it goes back to the quality of it. And then from there, of course, it's taking care of the plants. He's not spraying them, they actually pick weeds by hand. So when I go to this harvest, I'm going to be actually doing a little work there. Yeah, I might end up being the weed picker, but I'm okay with that. It'll be fun to see the whole process of how it goes. And then when they go to harvest it, one of the interesting things is they actually have distilleries on every farm, so that they can distill it at the optimal time for the plant. Not having to ship it 300 miles across an ocean, whatever it is, to get it to their nearest distillery. They could do it at the time that there's the most pieces and parts or constituents that are in the plant. And those constituents are what affect our cells. And we want all of them in there if possible. They're the ones that you read about in the studies on like PubMed, D-limonene, or trying to think of some other ones, geraniol. There's many of them. Eucalyptol, all of these ones that are little pieces of parts. So you want that in there. And then when it comes to buying it, you can actually buy some of these. You'll see them for sale on places like eBay. Don't buy them on eBay. Who's to say, those little white caps they put on them, they can be bought anywhere. Who's to say they didn't replace it and put some now oil in there that's $6 and then take out your $50 of frankincense that you really wanted? And we want to make sure, especially when you're getting an oil with the abilities that frankincense has, for skin nourishment and brain health, to make sure you get all the goodness in there from that Young Living offers. So that's one thing that I found was with their seed to seal process. And I hate to talk too long on it, but I think it's what makes all the difference in the world with the different oils and why it helped me so much. So here's the fun part. Let's use some. I can use your oils, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. With the oils that come in the starter kit, I really think that the only way to get a feel for it is to actually use them, because that's where the fun of it is. So, in case any of those are empties, I've got more bigger ones. Okay, I've got more. Now, these are her oils. Be gentle. A drop will go a long way, I promise.
Yeah, it really does. It like shockingly. Yeah. I told Amanda that I when I'm out now, I make this coffee, I get a cup of half hot and half cold water, so it's immediately drinkable for me, and I put 1 drop of peppermint and 1 drop of tangerine, and I'm still just like, what do I do? I'm like, how is this working? Like I don't need the coffee, and I'm still shocked.
Yeah. And I've tried to quit coffee more than once. The problem is it tastes so good.
It does. It tastes good. I still have it.
That's what I said.
Drink, but I don't need coffee.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Are you talking about for the energy?
Yes, and like to wake you up mentally. When you know, like if you're driving and like, you know, that kind of feeling where you're, I need coffee.
And you put tangerine
And peppermint. Yeah, just one drop in peppermint.
Yeah. And I was gonna say though, that peppermint is what got me over the hump every time, because you know you get migraines and things when you put coffee. Peppermint's so healthy. That's why, did you see what I'd stuck in my mouth before? Citrus Fresh? It's got all the citrus oils, and you can smell it. It smells mostly like tangerine. And it's either peppermint or cinnamon.
Oh yeah,
There's an interesting. And that's why I'm like, okay, wake me up. Put that under my tongue instead of getting coffee here. But here on this sheet, let's say this, not that. There's a few things on here, and I'm just going to use them as examples to show you. We're going to go over like RC. We used to say, I diffuse RC to help with my daughter's asthma, as an example. But we're not allowed to say things like that anymore. So we'll say, I diffuse RC to create a comforting aroma. So you'll notice I'm going to say that on here, but you know, I'm not saying read into my words, but you know, think about all the ways that you can use the oils as I go through them. I diffuse peace and calming to help with my anxiety. Well, now we say I diffuse peace and calming to create a refreshing and relaxing atmosphere. Or let's see, another one that's in the kit. I add a few drops of peppermint to my water to treat constipation. Now we just talk about it as a dietary supplement to support healthy digestion. All right, give you some ideas too though. So when I stumble, or when I say something not compliant, so Copa Eva, I'm just going to go right down. Let's see, what is your list? Is this one, right? I'm going to just go with this list. We'll start with peppermint because that's the first one. Peppermint. I mean, it's an unmistakable smell. And this one is now considered a dietary oil. And why does that matter? Young Living used to label them all three so that you could use them for anything. The oil didn't change, but the FDA's labeling requirements did. Okay. So you're still welcome to use them however you want at home. But now if they have a dietary label on it, I'm required to try to stick with the dietary uses. And if it has a topical or aromatic label, I'm required to stick with those uses. But be creative in your own uses. So peppermint, you know, it's going to be hard for you to probably lick it off your hand, but you're welcome to it. If you're peppermint, you just washed it. But that's a great one. If you put a drop on the tip of your tongue and stick it to the roof of your mouth, you get a lot of that effect of what she was just saying. And then go ahead and take the rest. Just rub it in your neck because that's a great place for it. And your temples, just don't get it in your eyes. But yeah, you can feel that all the way down.
You can. Did you say peppermint for?
I didn't say that,
No.
but the sheet did.
Didn't. The sheet said. She did not say that.
She did not say that. I didn't see it.
Did we give a drop to Debbie and
No, I'm just like, this was like the third one down. Yeah, I see it now.
Peppermint is really but you know, it's got a refreshing aroma that helps support healthy digestion.
Yeah. Well, that's a good thing to digest.
Yeah, and it really does. So my son, there's another one that's in the kit called Digest, which has peppermint in it, a few other ones. And it's a dietary one, so you can put a drop on your tongue. My son doesn't like the way it tastes, so he just sticks to it. It's
Spread all over.
yeah. Is it too hot? It's
Okay.
It's kind of got that nice to it.
Are these okay to take orally? Is it the peppermint?
Yes.
Is that okay?
In fact, that is a dietary supplement.
Now, can all the young girls be used
Can.
in helping and digestion?
Because I knew
my
husband like
They're all food grade, exactly. Yeah, and
Okay.
they're possible is labeled in as dietary.
Yeah.
So that they could talk about how it supports our body systems, which is really, you know, that's one of the great benefits of it. But there's a few of them, like lavender, which is so well known for adding to bath salts and putting it on your skin because it's calming. That they, you know, you gotta put a topical label on it. It just, that's what makes most sense. But like peppermint, if you get it in some of the kits, like they have a raindrops kit, which is a massage. Yeah.
I don't know
Oh,
what
yeah,
you
so
want.
you know about this. So that one is labeled topical because that makes sense in the kit.
What do you want?
What oil is next on the list?
Oh, it's lavender.
Lavender. So lavender is as soothing to our skin as it is to our emotions. So it's got both sides. So whereas I can put it in my kid's bath water to relax them before bed, I've also talked about how soothing it is to her skin, you know, if anything's irritating it. Hi, sweetie.
We'll just have to smell that one. I left that in my bag.
That's not $5. You're silly. I gave you all the cash I
A
had.
bottle of lavender.
What's this?
I have the measure
Which oils are specifically good for massaging?
Peppermint is great for well, lavender's great. Peppermint's a dietary one, but you know you can use it in like the raindrops massage. It's really good for sore muscles and aches.
The peppermint ones?
Peppermint.
Yeah. If that one might be empty.
I get it.